On a dreary, rainy night, a strange drama is about to be played out. A drama which will force Scott Bernard and his band of Robotech freedom fighters, especially Rook Bartley, to reevaluate their mission to destroy the Invid. It's a story without a happy ending. A story which points to the inhumanity of the Invid and their quest for universal domination.
And they thought they could escape me.
It's him! Oh no! He found us! Don't be so sure, Bob.
Seems to get easier all the time.
You're Dusty Ayers! We heard you've been looking for... I can't get a beat on it!
You've had it.
I'm getting out of here!
Sorry to disappoint you, friend. Revenge is its own reward. Anyway, that's a couple of less slime I'll have to hunt down. I'll get the rest later. One at a time if I have to. I like to work in the rain. Clears the dust from the air.
A few days later, in a nearby church graveyard.
Do you know anything else about him?
Very little, except that he hates officers and he only attacks when it's raining.
I don't get it. How can 3 soldiers die at the hands of 1 man?
He's a mystery man, all right, Scott. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows why he's here.
You must know more about this guy than just his name.
Afraid not. I wish I had more information to give you, friend, but everything's just rumors right now.
Dusty Ayers, huh?
At least that's the only name I've ever heard him called.
I don't think we should worry, Scott.
I wish he'd try to start something. I'd break his face.
Relax.
You know, I think we should work together.
I'm not going to involve any of my people until I know more about him, what he's trying to do. Got me?
Sure, pal. Take your time investigating this, while your fellow men are dying.
What?
Hold it, Scott. What he's saying is that we'll join you.
And you can count on us.
Hey, I'm really glad we can get together on this. Let's get moving.
Hey, you guys, wait! Don't go off and leave me behind!
We're going scouting, Annie. Just wait here with Marlene.
It isn't fair! You never take me along for the fun stuff! Fair, she said? Gotta be nuts! I don't know why I even let myself get upset about this stuff anymore!
Well, you know that they don't want us to be involved in the action unless we have to be.
Oh, but that's not the point, Marlene. It's that they treat me like a kid. It makes me mad because I know I could be more help around here.
I see.
This Dusty Ayers character has sure sidetracked our mission to Reflex Point.
I think we should be concerned with the Invid, not with some pistol-packing gunslinger.
You can bet on that. Let's separate and see what we can come up with.
If it's all the same to you, Ren, I'd be a lot happier if we stayed together. Human protoculture activity directly below. Converge and attack.
Invid, coming up fast! Your optimism is overwhelming, Rook. Just zero in on the big one and give it your best shot.
Here goes. Huh? Rand, there, up on the hill, what is that?
I don't know, Rook, but if he's not a friend, we're in real trouble because we're outnumbered already. This should do the trick. Well, I see it, but I don't believe it.
I guess whatever was on that hill was friendly.
Look, Rook, it's a man, and he's hurt.
There, that did it. This should make you feel a little better.
Yeah, thanks.
And what was your name? Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to embarrass you. What happened?
Well, I'm glad you didn't run away when you saw it. That's how most react. Let's just say it's a little present from our friends, the Invid. You could say I'm just lucky that they left me alive at all.
Aw, come on, cheer up. It could have been a lot worse, or you could have been killed. Isn't that what you said?
What'd you say your name was, Missy?
Rook?
Well, Rook, I just can't thank you enough for all the kind things you've done for me.
Oh, sorry. This is only temporary. You'd better see a doctor about this real soon. Funny, but I didn't know the Invid had weapons that use this kind of bullet.
Neither did I.
Rand, what are you doing? Put that gun down.
And while you're at it, you might as well tell me what it is about you that makes the Invid run away.
Rand, please.
Quiet, Rook. Well, mister, I'm still waiting for an answer. Come on, I want an answer.
I don't know what to say.
I'll bet. You work for the Invid, don't you?
If that were true, then shouldn't you be dead, kid?
All right, get up.
Rand, don't be ridiculous. This man isn't our enemy, and besides, he's hurt.
Just stand back, Rook. Whoever you are, I'm serious. Stand up.
All right. You've helped me, and I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Good, mister. And just keep your hand away from that gun.
Oh, stop it, you two.
Please, lady, just keep back, okay?
I said hold it.
There. Now I hope you're both satisfied. You could have been killed.
Just a lucky shot, I'd say.
I guess so. About the luckiest I've ever seen. I'd say this proves he's not working for the Invid beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I guess.
It's so beautiful. I could almost forget that there's a war going on.
It's very nice, but I can't forget about the war.
Guess not. Although it would be nice if you could get away from it for a while.
Why is that?
Huh? You need a break sometimes.
Yep.
You know, I've had the feeling all along that you hated war.
Any man who doesn't hate war is less than human.
I wish I could understand what the Invid hoped to gain by destroying us. But I just don't.
I can't forget the Invid are less than human. This arm is a perfect example of the things I'm trying to explain. The Invid used the right side of my body to experiment with. But what was more inhuman was that my friends stood by and did nothing to stop them. They made no attempt to save me from the horrible pain I felt. They could have rescued me. It would have been very easy for them, but they didn't.
I think I understand.
Hey, Rook! It's time to head for town.
Oh, well.
Sorry to interrupt you two.
Rand.
I have to leave anyway.
Sorry to hear that.
Rand, wait!
Just hurry.
Oh, man. Oh, you didn't finish, did you?
Perhaps some other time, okay?
Why won't you come with us?
I'd like that, Rook, but
But what?
I have some other business to take care of.
Really? Well, I hope I see you again sometime. If you change your mind, though, you know where we'll be in town.
And I thank you.
You know, you never did tell me your name.
That's okay.
Goodbye. Gee, that's strange, isn't it? And he seemed like such a sensitive person.
Must be the place. Let's go on in.
Rand, level with me, will you? There was no harm done in my being nice to that stranger. Now, what's
Well, what do you know?
Huh?
Look who's here. Nice to see ya.
Can't believe they call the meeting here.
Neither can I. There's Lancer.
This place is like a movie.
What?
As long as we're here, we might as well join them.
Hey, everybody, you're not gonna believe this, but I just got a picture of this Mr. Killer, Dusty Ayers.
Bring it over here. Let's take a look at it. How'd you get the picture?
One of my men found a camera in the personal effects of the guys Dusty Ayers just murdered, and it had some film in it.
Really? Go on.
I had the film developed, and the last picture on the roll is a guy I've never seen before, so...
You're right. It's got to be Dusty Ayers. So are you going to show us what he's supposed to look like?
Well, of course I am. Here it is.
Well, that's the guy, huh? He doesn't look so tough.
Yeah. You see, Rook, I was right.
Keep your scanner tuned into this station. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody up. Robotech is back.
Rook Bartley has discovered that the man she helped was the notorious killer, Dusty Ayers.
He seemed like he was so helpless and in need of a friend.
What was more inhuman was my friends did nothing to stop them. They made no attempt to save me from the horrible pain I felt. They could have, but they didn't.
How could I have known he's the one who's been killing our men? It just doesn't seem possible.
Rook?
Huh?
What's the matter? Are you all right? It bothers me when I see you this upset.
I'm touched, you know?
Maybe I deserve that. I don't mean to pry, Rook, but I could tell by your actions inside that something was really bothering you, and I thought maybe I could help, that's all.
Oh, you don't say. How did you know anything was wrong?
You practically passed out when they handed you that picture of Dusty Ayers in there.
I didn't realize I was being so obvious. So tell me, Marlene, can you keep a secret? Or not?
I promise, anything you tell me is just between us, Rook.
Okay, but don't forget you're the only one who knows about this. This morning on patrol, Rand and I happened upon a wounded man who really needed our help.
So?
So maybe it was a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have tried to help him. Maybe we should have just left him there to die, Marlene. Because Dusty Ayers and the man we saved are the same person.
Oh.
There it is. That's why I've been depressed, and I just wish the whole thing had never happened.
It took courage for you to share that with me.
Oh no, it's starting to rain. All the victims were murdered in the rain. Why? I won't be able to rest until I get some answers. If I can find Dusty Ayers and talk to him, maybe I can convince him that what he's doing is wrong. Or at least find out what's making him commit these murders. I found him! Just 2 miles straight ahead in the middle of that clearing.
Looks like a Robotech ship. Good. What? It's that girl, the one that saved my life. She's lucky I didn't fire.
Meanwhile, a newly formed vigilante force begins to search for the notorious killer, Dusty Ayers.
We'll find him. He's not supernatural. And once we've taken care of him, we'll be able to finally destroy Reflex Point.
Invent at 12 o'clock, and a bunch of them too. Boy, they never quit, do they?
Here we go, Rand. Standard battle plan.
Right, Scott. Good luck down there. That's it. Too close. I need Brooke and the other fighter. We'll be history.
You took a mighty big chance coming out here, Rook.
I know that, but it was a chance I had to take, Dusty.
So you know my name, huh? And you wanted to find out more about this mystery killer. Isn't that why you're here, Rook?
Yes, I suppose you could say that's part of the reason I took it upon myself to track you down.
Well, there's nothing to find out, so get in your fighter and leave while you still can. I don't want to hurt you.
I was naive to think I could keep you from killing again. It'll never be over. So now I have no choice. I have friends to protect.
What?
Don't move or I'll shoot.
Look, you're making a big mistake, young lady. You know that?
I'm just doing what has to be done, Dusty.
Now you listen to me. You see, Rook, there's a lot you don't know, and I wish you'd give me a chance to explain a few things before you make me do something I don't want to do. Now, why don't you put that gun down and listen to me? Please, put it down. There, that's better.
All right, go ahead, I'll listen.
Now look, before I begin, I want you to promise me that whatever I tell you, it will be just between us. Can you make that promise?
I suppose so.
Good. Now I'll tell you why I'm known as a hired killer, even though what I'm doing would seem just and right to some.
Just and right?
Look closely, and recall what I told you at the river.
Oh, my.
I'm half human because my so-called friends let the Invid do this to me. Remember? The other part you saw that day was my arm. That's just where they began their experiment. The Invid were apparently studying the functions of my body, trying to get data on the progress of human evolution. Piece by piece, they replaced my entire right side with protoculture-generated metallic prostheses and organs. The entire experiment was done without benefit of anesthesia.
The pain must have been unbearable.
It was more painful than you could ever imagine.
What about your friends?
Now you bring me to the part about my friends. My very closest friends. I can remember every one of them. They stood there and watched when I was captured and never made an attempt to rescue me. They left me to die. But now they're the ones who are dying. Each mark on this arm is a name I just as soon forget, but I can't until I've finished every one of them.
I understand.
Good. I was hoping you would. I'm leaving now, Rook. Don't try to stop me.
Rook,
But
come
why?
in.
To finish what I have to do, And don't worry, I'm not after your friends.
Completely outnumbered and need your
We'll meet
help.
again.
This is an emergency.
Goodbye.
If you can hear
We
me,
will meet again.
over. Going to battleoid mode.
Looks like we got ourselves into a hole this time, huh?
Just keep firing, big fella. We'll be okay.
Something's coming. Well, Scott, let's hope they're on our side.
Wow, it's sure moving fast.
Withdraw and observe.
Scott, that's no alien heading this way. It's dusty air.
What, are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I saw the guy up close, remember?
Let's get him. Right behind.
I'm with ya!
Well, how excellent. Steve and Kent driving out with their greetings. How considerate. Now die. Who's next?
Outflank him. Right. Fly a crossfire.
This had better work. I don't believe it. He can't be killed.
There's no way to destroy him. I'm afraid you're right.
And now you. Have you had enough?
Scott, is Lunk okay?
Yeah. Nice shooting, by the way.
Huh?
I must be seeing things. He's alive.
I wish I could say you needed glasses.
Thanks, Brooke. Where you been?
Don't ask. What's the situation?
It's not real good, kid. For one thing, we're outgunned 30 to 1.
Let's use our combined cluster rockets.
Right. Synchronizing weapon systems. Ready. Activate.
All right, Ears, hold it right there. I've got you covered.
Don't get up. Stay there.
Dusty, stop.
Huh?
Don't pull that trigger, please.
Rook.
You told me that you weren't going to hurt my friends, that you were only seeking revenge. Is this the way you intend to keep your word?
They tried to kill me.
Only because they didn't know you meant no harm. Don't you understand? Dusty, these are my best friends, and I just can't let you do this to them.
What?
Kill me instead.
Get back or I will.
I'd rather it was me than them.
No, wait. Please, stop, Brooke.
Please, Dusty, listen to me carefully. I'm begging you to do what I ask with all my heart and soul. These people mean more to me than life itself, and my life would be a small sacrifice to make for them. If you must kill someone, Dusty, take me, but please spare them. I beg you.
I couldn't do that to you, Rook. I just couldn't. Why, if I'd had friends like you when I was first captured by the Invid, my life would have been completely different. I see that now. Don't worry, I can tell by the way it's moving that it's no threat to us anymore.
You sure?
Just as sure as anything.
Destroy them.
No!
As the morning sun reaches across the valley floor and warms away the last traces of the past night's rainfall, the Robotech defenders gather around the ashes and rubble which serve as an ephemeral monument to an unlikely hero.
I don't know if I could have done what he did, Rook.
He saved all our lives.
I know. He's a hero.
No matter what he did in the past, he really redeemed himself in the end.
He's right, Rook. And besides, he's very fortunate. He died with great courage. And he died for friends.
If I had friends like you, my life would have been completely different. I see that now.
In the next episode of Robotech, a search for protoculture energy cells takes the freedom fighters on a dangerous journey into a large urban complex controlled by the Invid. Be sure to be watching next time for the startling revelations found in The Big Apple, the latest chapter in the amazing saga of Robotech.